Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new, please subscribe. My channel is about all things beauty related, all kinds of makeup content, so if that interests you, be sure to subscribe. Today's tutorial is just summer natural makeup using some of my staple products. These are products I've used for years. Some of these products are a couple months new, but these are just products I would highly recommend to my friends or family and beginners. And we're gonna jump right into it. So I wear sunscreen on my face every single day. I live in Florida, and I have here the St. Jane Luxury Sun Ritual SPF 30. So this is a moisturizer and a primer. I've been using this for a couple months now, and I just love it as my go-to. This is my moisturizer, my sunscreen, and like a hydrating primer. It just glides right on your skin. It is kind of pricey. I want to say it's like $36 or $38. I got mine in my FabFitFun box, but it does just glide like right onto your skin. It feels so nice. It doesn't have that greasy sunscreen feeling because my skin is normal to oily. It's more normal, but I do lean more oily, and I can't have a sunscreen moisturizer that will make me oily. And then I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Glotion. So I own the Charlotte Tilbury, the glowy one, I forget what it's called, Flawless Filter, but I like the Glotion more. This is in the shade Light. So I apply this every single day, but when I want to get like super extra and dolled up, this is something I apply under my foundation. It doesn't help with longevity, but it just makes you have this super nice natural skin-like look. So I apply this all over. You can already see how it's just blurring and just so nice on the skin. And it does blend in so well with the St. Jane, like these two together. They're hydrating, but not like overly hydrating. And yeah. So all the trends right now are light makeup, like a skin tint, something that's not super heavy, glowy, natural skin-like. So this is another drugstore product. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Skin Tint. This is 24-hour skin tint. And this is so nice because it is light like a skin tint. It's luminous, it's lightweight. It is just truly an amazing product, especially for oily, normal to oily skin girls who want a glow. Like this really is just such a nice product, and it blends so nicely in the skin. I apply it with a brush. So I'm gonna go with the 101 BK Beauty Brush, and it is just amazing. I had this one bottle now for like, I don't even know, like 2 months or so. A little bit goes a long way, and it just glides right on your skin and just gives you the healthiest looking glow. It covers what I need to cover, because if you can tell, I got some like redness, but it's not super thick or like super over coverage where it just doesn't look natural. Perfect for every day. I'm a nurse and I work long shifts, and I work in the OR, so I wear a mask, and this skin tint under a mask looks great all day. Like, I truly was impressed. I know there was lots of raving about the skin tint, and I was late on trying it because I just really thought this kind of product wouldn't work for my skin, but I was very wrong. I think it's a fantastic, very affordable product to have in your collection. And just look how natural my skin looks, and the way it just blends right into the Glotion. It just looks and feels fantastic. And I do apply this on top of my eyes just because I have very veiny eyes. And then I'll go in with some concealer and set my eyelids as well. Another skin product I have been loving foundation-wise is the Turtur foundation. It is so good. It's the Korean one. I have a full review of it. I'll have it tagged below. It's the red egg, and it is just another, it's actually a full coverage, very lightweight foundation product, and it's just absolutely amazing. All right, so now I'm gonna go with a Dibs bronzing stick. This is a contour and blush stick. This is in the shade 2.5. I also have the shade 2. So this is 2.5, it's more cool tone, and I love this product. So it just glides so nice on the skin, and it's not like super, it's easy to blend out, so easy to use. I think this is great for beginners, and I also put it down my nose. And I just truly love this bronzer. I have several cream bronze contour products, but this is the one I always reach for. Especially when I'm like editing videos, I just think when I watch them, like, yeah, that shade looks really good. And then I'm gonna take an L'Oreal A58 brush. I'm just gonna blend this out. I use tapping motions. I just kind of pick up the product and look how easy that blended out. It's very easy to blend products, cream products on top of the Maybelline skin tint. And I'm just gonna blend it up. And it's just blending like butter. Butter. I don't know if you can purchase dibs at other stores. I know they're online, like their website. And just like that. Another product I recommend and love and think is perfect for beginners is the Maybelline Eraser Concealer. So I have the shade 160, but I did own several shades like multiple times because it really is truly an amazing concealer. And I'm gonna blend it out with my Amazon concealer brush. So I usually actually put this on under foundation, but I forgot to go with it earlier. I'm a nurse, I work very long hours, so I need something that is going to cover my dark circles, and that Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade 160 has been a ride or die. I'm also just gonna clean up my nose contour. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with some blush. I'm gonna go back in with that blush and contour stick in the shade 2.5, and here's the blush. This is a cool tone pink blush, but I'm actually going to apply it directly to the Dibs brush and then just diffuse it on my cheek. I have a whole video on how to apply cream blush, but I also have a YouTube short. But this is, to me, the easiest, best way to apply cream blush without breaking up your makeup. And I'm trying to wear less blush these days. I know like my last couple of tutorials have been really blush heavy, but when I go to work, I'm really trying to wear like less blush. And pairing a powder blush with a cream blush really helps the longevity of your makeup. And I think I am just gonna put a little bit on my nose, just a little. And that was just so easy. It's the perfect amount of pigment, the perfect balance between dewy and matte. And then when I set this with a powder, it's pigmented, it shines through the powder, and it's not super dewy or super matte, and it just stays in its place. So highly recommend this Dibs contour and blush stick. I'm definitely gonna be using this so much this summer. So now I want to go with a concealer. So a concealer that I have really been reaching for is the Tower 28. This is new. I got this in the Sephora sale, but it really is just an amazing concealer. And so I will definitely be using this summer. And again, I'm just using a little bit of concealer. And then I take my concealer brush and just blend it out. Doing your concealer after doing your cream blush really helps shape and define your cream blush. Because sometimes we can get a little carried away and crazy with the cream blush, and like putting concealer here and here helps keep the blush in this area. And then I'm just gonna drag it up on my eyelid a little bit to conceal my eye veins, and then underneath my eyelid as well. This concealer blends out like butter. It's so great under your eye. It's super hydrating. Highly recommend it, and it's pretty affordable compared to other Sephora concealers. I think it's like $22 or $28, which is just crazy. And this brush is like $5 on Amazon. I will have it linked below. It's so good. And see how this just brings this part forward and just shapes and cleans up your blush. All right, so now we're gonna use some setting powders. So I have 3 setting powders I've really been loving lately. Under my eyes, I've been loving the Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom Cake. It's just so finely milled. The pink tone is fantastic. I mean, everybody knows how great Huda Beauty's powders are. And then I really like the Honest Beauty Translucent Powder. This is talc free. It's a drugstore, it's $20. It comes in this gorgeous packaging. Like the net is so fine. This is a lot like Huda Beauty, talc free. But I don't think it's translucent, but I really don't think it's quite as translucent as it could be. And then the Florasis setting powder. So this is in the shade Peach Blossom. And this stuff has been like my go-to for several months. Florasis is a Chinese brand luxury makeup company. And this powder is fantastic. Tati has talked about them on her channel and they sent that powder to me and it's just such a good powder. But my go-to lately has been a Huda Beauty Cherry Blossom underneath my eyes. And so I just make sure there's no creasing of my concealer. So I'm just gonna tap my brush underneath my eyes again. And then I'm going to apply this with a puffer. So I'm gonna go with the e.l.f. puffer. A little bit here in the cap. Load up my puffer. And I'm just gonna tap it on my hand and then go in with it. So I'm going only with a little bit of powder so it won't be so cakey. Because sometimes Huda Beauty powder, if you just go straight in with it, can be a little cakey. And then I also will set my eyelid with this. Tap it on my hand and then go in. And just look how amazing this cheek under eye area is looking. It really is a great powder. And honestly, I mean, I do notice the pink a little bit, I guess, but it blends in very nicely with my blush, but really it's not like gonna make your under eyes super, super pink. I think I saw a lot of pictures online and I just thought people were gonna be like their under eyes were gonna be like super, super pink, but really it's a nice natural pink, a very soft touch of pink. So the under eyes are looking great. I'm gonna go ahead and set my whole face. I really before work, I literally sit there and I'm like, which powder am I gonna use? Because I love these both so much. I'm gonna use the Florasis one. Okay, so Florasis Peach Blossom. It comes in this nice fine netting, and I will just dip. Wow. See, there's so much product in here. I've had this thing for months and I feel like the powder just comes. I'll sit here and tap this. Look how much powder came out. That like never happens, but so great. I love this stuff. And then I'm just gonna set my whole face with it. And look how nice that's looking. All right, so my whole face is set and it looks pretty matte, but the luminosity from the skin tint and the glotion will eventually seep through these powders and it's gonna look so natural and so nice. But I really have just been loving this combination. So now I'm going with my powder blush. So I'm a huge fan of Hourglass. As you know, on my channel, I love Hourglass. It's actually what I've been using every single day. But another couple of Ride or Die products are the Milani Sunkissed Silky Matte 02. This is like my second or third one. This Milani formula is amazing. And then I'm also loving the Flower Beauty bronzer. So this is their Baked Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. So this one to me is the closest dupe for Hourglass. So I have here my little Hourglass blush, and this is in Diffused Heat. So this is a dupe. This is a dupe for this. This is the closest dupe, at least I can find. Not in shade or color, but like in formula, like baked formula. This was made in Italy. and this one was made, it doesn't say, but I'll have below where it was made. And this one is super pigmented. It's more of a red tone bronzer. So I am gonna go with a light hand. So I'm gonna go in with my BK Beauty 111 brush, tap off the excess, and just glide this around. It gives you the nicest natural bronze look with a little bit of shimmer, and the fact that it's red tone. I love, love, love. And then I'm gonna take this Milani bronzer and I just wanna contour my nose. So I'm gonna go with this. This is an Amazon brush by GRWM. And I'm just gonna pat some of this down the sides of my nose. Because I like to contour my nose with a matte bronzer. I've been contouring my nose with a luminous bronzer and it's just giving way too much shine on my nose. And then I go under my lip as well with a matte one. All right, so for blush, I've really been using and obsessed with my Hourglass blushes, but I'm really trying to reach out and use other makeup in my collection, other things I've been obsessed with. But Milani Luminoso blushes are very similar to Hourglass's formula. I wouldn't say they're an exact dupe, but they're very similar. This is Dulce Pink and Luminoso. I mean, Luminoso was viral like years ago. Everybody used this blush. I still use it and love it, and this is actually my second one. I used up my entire first one, and this is the older packaging, and this is the newer packaging. So I love these blushes. But also another go-to blush of mine is the Laura Mercier Peach Bellini blush. So like you can kind of see my indent there, but I love this blush. Like it's matte, it's gorgeous. It gives you such a beautiful touch of color. And so I'm actually gonna go ahead and use this. Again, I'm not trying to go crazy on the blush. I want a very natural touch of color, but this really is an amazing blush. And I love to mix this peach blush with a pink blush because I feel like this, like mixing your blushes is just like, if you're not mixing your blushes together, I highly recommend it. But I love to mix this with a like cool tone pink blush because it makes it look pretty. And I'm going pretty heavy on the blush after I said I wasn't going to. That's okay. This is one of my favorite blush brushes. This is by Ariel by Morphe. It just diffuses it so nice, especially if you can go heavy-handed. It just, so nice. All right, so for highlighter, I have been loving the Dior highlighter. So I recently got this in my Sephora sale haul. Been obsessed with this. I've been using this like every single day. And I'm so happy I got this because I heard some reviews saying this is super overrated, it's glittery, don't get it, blah, blah, blah. But I'm so happy I got this. It's amazing. So I'm gonna try and use a highlighter that I just recommend to people that's like more old school. And that would be like the MAC Soft and Gentle. I've had this forever, like pushing 10 years maybe. It's so nice. Like obviously I hit pan. I'm obsessed with this highlighter. So I'm just gonna use it today because MAC, even though MAC is so old school and I feel like people aren't talking enough about MAC anymore, their products are just good. And I'm just like gonna try and apply some down here. Trying to like change up my makeup a little bit. And then on my chin. And whatever's left, I will put on my forehead. Isn't it so pretty? It's more of a like 2014, 2015 blinding highlighter. But very, very pretty. So now I am going to highlight my nose as well. So I'm gonna take that same highlighter and I'm gonna go with the BK Beauty 210 brush and highlight the center of my nose. How do you guys feel now that everyone is like, just like, I feel like everything in the beauty industry is just like, buy new, buy new, buy new, buy new, because this is an older product and I love this thing. I will not get rid of it. I know people are like, oh, it's expired, but like, I really don't care. But I just feel like there's so much pressure now to just keep buying new products. And I like to review products on my channel and try them out. But I just feel like, I don't know. It's gotten really crazy lately, I feel like. So now I'm gonna do my brows. So first I'm just gonna brush my brows into place. I really don't have a brow pencil that I would say is a ride or die. Obviously, Anastasia Beverly Hills has some really good brow pencils and Benefit, but I also like to dabble in some drugstore pencils. And right now I'm using the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal, and I think it does a really good job. I'm more interested in spending my money on a really good brow gel than I am a brow pencil. All right, so for brow gel, I have here NYX's Brow Glue and the Anastasia Brow Freeze Gel. So I recently got this too in a Sephora haul. I've been using it every single day. But this one I have definitely been using longer. It's affordable, it's drugstore, and I think it does such a good job at defining and shaping my brows. All right, so the brows are done. Next, we're gonna do lips. So, as you, not lips, sorry. We're gonna, actually, yeah, we'll do lips, okay. So, lip liners. My go-to lip liners lately have been these $2 e.l.f. lip liners. So I have the shades, which by the way, I found out are on the caps. I literally couldn't find out where they wrote the names on these. I was always checking the pencil, but they're on the caps. So, you can only buy these from the e.l.f. website. They're $2, and I have Pinky Swear, Truth or Bare, and Baddest Beige. So this is one of my newer ones, which I just saw a video online saying this is a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I don't own that lip liner, but I heard on the video it seemed pretty promising that this is a dupe. So these two have been my go-to ride or die lip liners for the past couple months. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Pinky Swear. They just glide on like butter, and they are just so insanely good, and they're just so good. Love, love, love. And I'm just gonna blend this out with my finger. I mean, look how pretty that color is. Like, I'm telling you, they're so good. All right, so next I'm gonna go with this Revlon lipstick. This is in the shade Untold Stories 011. It is a matte lipstick by Revlon, and it is amazing. This formula is so good, and it reminds me so much of my Makeup by Mario. So this is matte lipstick in the shade Sierra. Clearly, I love this lipstick. Highly recommend this lipstick. But these two formulas are so similar. I would say it's almost a dupe. Like obviously this one's a little bit more matte and just better, but very similar. So if you want to save some money, look into a Revlon's matte lipstick. They're so good. And look how easy that blended on. And it feels so good. Like this does not feel like a drugstore lipstick. So good. Love. So I like to put a little bit of a matte lipstick on the center. And this is new, but I have the Charlotte Tilbury. This is KKW's lipstick. And I'm just gonna put it on the center to kind of lighten it up. All right, and then I'm gonna go in with my favorite lip glosses. I love the Tarte Mirajuku plumping lip glosses. Like, I love these. They are so glossy and so good. And I bought the e.l.f. dupe. I don't think it is as good as this. And I also have bought the Flower Beauty dupe. Also don't think it's as good as this. And I know ColourPop just came out with some, so I want to try those out because I love this kind of product. And this kind of product is kind of pricey because this is like $20 a piece. I own two shades, Cherry Blossom and White Peach. This is White Peach and it gives me the most perfect nude lip gloss. So I'm just going to put this on the center. And it's so glossy and perfect. Like, these are also really overhyped, but I really think they're worth the hype. So now we're going to do the eyes. My favorite everyday eyeshadow palettes are the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes palette and the Neutrals palette. So these two palettes are so good. My wife likes cool tones, so I use the Neutrals palette on her, and I like warmer tones, so I like the Master Mattes palette. So I'm gonna go with the Master Mattes palette, and this baby is loved. She is dirty. She is just an absolute staple in my makeup collection. I highly recommend you buy this palette if you don't own it. I also really love this BK Beauty eye blending brush. This is the 212. The shape of this brush is absolutely perfect. It just blends right in. So lately I've been using my Hourglass bronzer as my everyday crease shade, but I want to start applying my eyeshadow a little bit higher because I feel like I apply it too low because I am aging. My eyelids are getting a little less elastic, so I want to start blending it up higher. So this second shade, as you can see, is one of my favorite go-to shades. So I'm going to go in matte number 2, and I'm going to try and keep this higher on my lid. And I'm going to go into my other eye, keeping it pretty high. I feel like I've been slouching this whole entire video, which is just like annoying. So I'm just defining my crease a little bit and adding some warmth. You can always really just go in with your bronzer and it's going to do the exact same thing. So I forgot to mention a dupe for those palettes. I really love the That's Taupe by ColourPop. These 3 matte shades up here were some of my go-to ride or die everyday crease shades. That's Taupe by ColourPop is such a good palette. So I don't do this every day, but I am going to put a little bit of a shadow winged liner. So I'm going to go in with a eyeliner brush. This is a brush from Amazon, and I'm going to go with the second darkest matte brown shade. And I just want to do a little bit of a wing. Nothing too crazy. And then to do the almond look, I'll take this and I'll put it right here in my inner corner. Just touch it right there. And then I'm just gonna blend it out because I don't want it to be like super harsh. I want it to be a nice soft shadow wing. And then I'm just gonna take a smaller blending brush. This is a BK Beauty 211. And I'm just gonna go in with a shade a little bit darker, like this one. And I'm just gonna blend this in the outer V on top of that. Nothing super, super crazy or dramatic. I want it to just look like a natural matte brown defined lid. And then I'm gonna take this smaller brush. This is a flatter brush like that. And I'm gonna go in with that same darker shade, and I'm just gonna use that in the outer lower lash line to add some balance. So like that, and then I'm gonna take my highlighting brush, this little guy, and I'm gonna go with my MAC highlighter, and I'm just gonna touch it here in my inner corner. All right, so then my Ride or Die setting spray for a while has been the NYX matte setting spray, and it came out with this marshmallow scent, so I picked this up. I really, really like this. Some people don't like the marshmallow scent. I was doing like a Instacart thing, and they were out of the one I wanted by Milani, so they put the NYX one as a substitute, and it worked great. But I'm currently, this is new, but I don't want to use this because I'm gonna start using this more and more this summer. Highly recommend the NYX matte setting spray and the Milani one, but I'm gonna go ahead and use the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray by e.l.f. I have a full review of this setting spray. All right, so the setting spray is on, and when it's semi-dry, I'm gonna go in and pat it in. And that just helps press all your powders together. And the skin is looking so nice. So are the eyes, the brows, everything is coming together. All right, so for mascara, I have really loved multiple mascaras by Maybelline. Sky High, Lash Sensational, Falsies. Maybelline just has some killer affordable mascaras. There isn't quite one mascara that I'm super ride or die about. I have always been using Maybelline. It's been like my go-to. So I'm gonna curl my lashes. I'm actually gonna go with these Falsies Lash Lift Mascara. I used this before work the other day, and it made my lashes so nice and separated and super fluffy and not clumpy at all. So look at the lashes on my right and my left. Like, they're super fluffy and natural and not clumpy. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye. And then my go-to lip liner has been the Essence Nude go-to eyeliner has been the Essence Nude Eyeliner. I definitely need a new one. So lately I've been applying this on my bottom lash line after my mascara has dried because it just looks better. It looks whiter. The mascara doesn't really like hide it. So now I'm just gonna take my bronzer by Maybelline, and I'm just gonna bronze my neck. Sometimes my neck is lighter than my face. I really try to like wear sunscreen and not really go in the sun. So this is what I do to not age my skin. I just apply bronzer to my neck if my foundation is slightly darker than my neck. All right, guys, this is the finished look. This is a natural summer look that I will be wearing a lot this summer using staple products, some newer products I've just been really obsessed with, and then some old school products that I will always recommend to beginners and friends and family that I think are so good. Thank you for watching all the way till the end if you did. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in my next video.